the cherub devas who always remain young. Chandrasekhar Acharya was the incarnation of Chandradev, the moon god. Like there's so many. So actually Lord Chaitanya's moon was filled with celestial beings. And remember once Srila Prabhupada said that in his movement, in his society, so many persons have come, even from the celestial planets. I don't expect any of you to own up to which planet you really come from. But I'm sure that many of you are hearing some of the pastimes and some of the revelations that are going on about Srila Prabhupada from these different devotees. You can understand that they're definitely not from this world. Their realizations and their experiences show that they are out of this world. Srila Prabhupada ki. So we have, like it goes on and on with so many different celestial beings who came down for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. Of course, Thakur Haridas is Lord Brahma. But one person was conspicuous by his absence, and that was Yamaraj. Because he only got, last yuga he got vacation. This yuga he didn't get vacation. He had to stay on the work. But it said sometimes he would sneak over and watch Lord Chaitanya. Apparently he has 14 assistants and then they can take turns, but he has to stay on top of the whole thing. So when Jagai Madai, how many of you saw the drama Jagai Madai? Probably heard about that story a few times. When Jagai Madai were delivered, so Yamaraj came to watch it. He was watching the Jagai Madai deliverance. And then he went back to Yamalok. And he asked Chitragupta, I just saw these two Brahma Rakshasas, these two Brahmana demons, delivered by Lord Gauranga. Jagai Madai, how much karma did they have? And Chitragupta, who's head accountant for Yamaraj, he said if we put 100,000 very expert writers, kayastas, writing for 1 year, they couldn't finish. So if we pile up the account of how much sin they did, it will become a mountain. But somehow, Lord Chaitanya's mercy flooded even the mountain of Jagai Madai's sins. So when Yamaraj heard that, he became so ecstatic that how merciful is Lord Chaitanya. Because all the sin was wiped out. He said, glory is to Gauranga, and glory is to Jagai Madai. They surrendered. And he got so overwhelmed in ecstasy that he fell unconscious. So all the assistants, the Chitraguptas and all the other staff over there, the Yamaguptas, they were trying to fan, trying to wake up Yamaraj. Somehow cases were jamming up. So the other devas started to realize something's going wrong in Yamaloka. The different devas appeared there. And so Lord Shiva came and he asked, what happened? What's wrong with Yamaraj? They told him what happened. Immediately he knew he's in ecstasy. So he went over and started chanting in Yamaraj's ear, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Then soon as he heard the holy name, Yamaraj got up and started to dance in ecstasy. The Devas, and they said, how merciful is Lord Gauranga. He wipes away all the sins of the sinful people. And then everyone started to do a big kirtan there. Whoever the Devas that weren't here with Lord Chaitanya up there, they were having a big kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Indra was dancing, he got so ecstatic that where his thunderbolt went, where did all his astras and weapons go? They were flown, and he was rolling on the ground, Gora, Gora! So Ganesh was dancing. Kartikeya, all the Shiva was dancing, hugging I don't know, anyway, all the Bhagavad. So they're all there having a big kirtan. Or maybe this is another kirtan. But anyway, this huge kirtan. And it describes so many devas who they're all dancing and having this kirtan. And so by remembering that how all the devas are devotees of the Lord and they were all appreciating Lord Chaitanya, we get also a very special blessing. Whenever I remember this pastime, I just think Prabhupada established like Rath Yatra Festival, where you take right Jagannath, big kirtan, right down the main streets of so many major cities of the world, London, New York, Paris, Bangladesh. 100 cities around the world, I'm not going to name them all. And I'm just thinking what this is doing to the karma of so many people. We're putting, or they're probably running short of whiteout. Yamaloka. For one Rath Yatra. So many people are watching. Oh, beautiful! Oh, Hare Krishna! Sometime one lady walked up to me and said, this is so wonderful what you're doing. It was in the Toronto Rath Yatra, another major city of the world. Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Sydney, Byron Bay. Anyway, around the world, so many, there's Durban and Johannesburg, so many Rath Yatras, Nairobi, all over the world, even Lima, Peru, Buenos Aires, Rio, Sao Paulo. This is having revolution on the karma of the people. And I was thinking, like Prabhupada, he was so dynamic in his preaching. But he had a very high expectation for all of us. In Prabhupada's arrival in 1976, in his address to all the assembled devotees, he mentioned, it was Bhaktivinoda Thakur's aspiration that the Europeans, Americans, and Indians all together dance jubilantly and chant, Gaura Hari! Gaura Hari! Gaura Hari! So this temple, Mayapur Chandrodaya temple, is meant for a transcendental United Nations. What the United Nations has failed to achieve, that will be achieved here. But the process recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prativiti Achi Jatu Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachar Vaivimornam. So you have to come from all parts of the world and are living together in this temple. So you have come from all parts of the world and are living together in this temple. So train these small boys. I'm very glad especially to see the small children from all other countries, Indians, Bengalis, all together, forgetting their bodily consciousness. That is the greatest achievement in this movement, that everyone forgets the bodily conception of life. Nobody thinks themselves here as European, American, Indian, Hindu, Muslim, Christian. They forget all these designations and simply they are ecstatic and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So kindly, what you have begun, do not break it. Continue it very jubilantly. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the master of Mayapur, he will be very much pleased upon you, and ultimately you will go back to home, back to Godhead. Thank you very much. So all of you, by coming here to Mayapur, you're fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's desires. You're also pleasing the previous acharyas. That was Prabhupada's advice to us, that the secret of success is to please the previous acharyas. So our previous acharyas wanted us to develop Mayapur, to do Mayapur Navadip Parikrama, to publish books, distribute books, to preach Namhat, and like this, that everybody in the world can also come and serve Mayapur Dham and get the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These kind of desires were very dear to our previous acharyas. Today is the disappearance day of Jagannath Das Babaji. He was a great Mahabhagavat. He was known in Vrindavan as a Siddha, as a liberated soul, perfected soul. Sometimes he would take a vow and for 3 days and night without stopping he would just chant his rounds and chant a huge number of rounds. At the end of 3 days and nights of non-stop chanting loudly in ecstasy, then he would break his fast with a little yogurt and flat rice.